Imagine, for a moment, your finest arteries, those vital rivers of life, not clogged with plaque, but squeezed shut. Picture a microscopic vise, tightening with every pill you swallow in the hope of better health. Now, feel that in your energy, your drive, your very performance. What if I told you that a supplement, sitting innocently in your cabinet, praised everywhere, is actively strangling your blood flow and stealing your vitality from the inside out? This isn't about a mysterious toxin. This is about a devastating physiological betrayal. And for men over 50, it's the critical difference between thriving and merely surviving. Let's begin by visualizing the most sophisticated, delicate, and essential communication network in your body, one that operates not with wires or wireless signals, but with a single gaseous molecule, nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide not as a mere chemical, but as the master key, the open sesame command whispered directly to the smooth muscle cells that form the walls of every single artery in your body. This is the command for dilation, for relaxation, for creating space for the river of life to flow unimpeded. The production of this miracle molecule is governed by a dedicated enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase, or ENOS. Picture this enzyme as a diligent, high-precision factory located within the exquisite inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium. Its sole job is to take the amino acid L-arginine and, through a beautiful cascade of biochemical processes, convert it into the nitric oxide your system desperately requires on a second-by-second basis. Now, here is where the sabotage occurs with devastating elegance. The supplement in question operates as a molecular imposter, a wolf in sheep's clothing that effectively blocks this ENOS enzyme. It doesn't destroy the factory, it jams the machinery. It puts a lock on the door of the facility that makes the master key. The biochemical pathway is effectively shut down. Without that steady, pulsatile production of nitric oxide, the signal to open wide is stifled. The whisper becomes inaudible. In its absence, a default primal state takes over, vasoconstriction. The smooth muscle cells, receiving no calming directive, remain in a state of slight tension. The arterial passageway, instead of being dynamic and responsive, becomes rigid and narrow. This is not a dramatic blockage you would feel as acute pain. It is a silent, systemic suffocation. Every organ system that depends on robust circulation is now operating on a restricted budget. The heart must pump harder against a tighter, less compliant network. The skeletal muscles, during exertion, find their call for increased fuel and oxygen only partially answered, as the delivery trucks are trying to navigate lanes that cannot expand. The brain, that gluttonous consumer of oxygen and glucose, experiences a subtle but critical drop in supply, dimming the lights on cognitive performance. Furthermore, nitric oxide's role extends beyond just a physical dilator. It is a crucial anti-adhesive, preventing platelets from clumping together and sticking to vessel walls. It's a peacekeeper in the cardiovascular system. By heisting this molecule, you are not only narrowing the roads but also allowing the conditions for traffic jams and accidents to proliferate. The consequence is a double insult: reduced flow and increased inflammatory risk. This is the foundational betrayal. Every other symptom, the lagging performance, the stubborn fatigue, the slow recovery stems from this initial catastrophic theft. You are attempting to build a fortress of health while simultaneously dismantling the very bridge that supplies the construction site. All the protein, all the effort, all the intention is moot if the logistics network is being systematically disabled from within. The heist is quiet, biochemical, and complete, and it begins the moment the so-called zinc activates over 300 enzymes that rebuild muscle tissue. Pill is swallowed, turning your own biology against you in the most fundamental way possible. So, let us be unequivocally clear about what is happening within you. This is not a matter of simple deficiency or an innocent lack. This is an act of active biochemical sabotage. You are introducing a substance that systematically dismantles the very infrastructure of your vitality. By heisting your nitric oxide, constricting your flow, and starving your cells, you are not just hindering performance. You are architecting an internal environment of scarcity, fatigue, and stagnation. The vise is tightening with every dose, and the vibrant, powerful life you are working for is being quietly suffocated at the source. Acknowledge this not as a failure, but as a critical revelation. The very tool you believed was building you up is, in fact, the silent saboteur holding you down. Therefore, the path forward is not found in seeking another, better pill to counteract the first. It is found in a fundamental philosophical shift from an ethos of force to one of enablement. Your body after 50 is a masterpiece of adaptation, not a machine to be bludgeoned into submission. Our strategy must evolve from one of aggressive intervention to intelligent facilitation. We must become curators of our own physiology, seeking out what unlocks, opens, and nourishes, not what blocks, constricts, and robs. True performance at this stage of life is not about overriding your systems with brute chemical force, but about listening to their wisdom and elegantly removing the obstacles to their innate power. This is your actionable mandate. Become an unblocker. Deliberately choose the nutrients that are precursors to nitric oxide synthesis, like L-citrulline and the nitrates found in beets and leafy greens. Embrace the antioxidants that protect your delicate endothelium, such as pycnogenol and vitamin C. Engage in the movement that trains your vascular system like a muscle dynamic, flowing exercise that teaches your arteries to expand and contract with resilience. Prioritize the sleep and stress modulation that lowers the very hormones which further tighten flow. This is the new regimen, a conscious daily practice of clearing the pathways, of taking your hand off the valve and letting your biology flourish. Begin today. The moment you stop the sabotage is the moment your body can begin its true work of repair, strength, and renewal. You have the power to reverse the constriction, to silence the silent saboteur, and to restore the dynamic, powerful flow that is your birthright. Feel for that internal shift, the surge of warmth, the clarity of mind, the enduring energy that comes not from a stimulant's harsh grip, but from the profound relief of open waterways. This is how you reclaim your performance. This is how you thrive. Unlock the vise. Let the rivers of life run deep, unimpeded, and powerful once more. Your vitality unchained is waiting. Thank you so much for investing this time in your most valuable asset, your health. This isn't just information. It's a lens through which to re-examine everything you put into your body. If this resonated with you, if it connected the dots between something you're taking and something you're feeling, then my mission today is accomplished. Your journey back to peak vitality is built on these moments of clarity. If you found this eye-opening, please share it with one other man in your life who needs to hear this message. That simple act could literally help redirect someone's entire health trajectory. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We are just getting started, and there is so much more to discuss about cutting through the noise and reclaiming the energy, performance, and vitality that is rightfully yours. This is about taking back control. Now you have a critical piece of the puzzle. Use it wisely. Until next time, stay vigilant and pursue true vitality. To your health and flow, goodbye.